Good evening again. I was just reminded of another item I was working on a couple hours ago, quotes from back in September of 2000. I was reviewing a journal from back then when I edited to include some specific comments. A concern had been that somebody that harasses in the traffic sound had decided to say that they're Hitlers, and for whatever reason, although I used to I used to drive Longboat Key a lot, and I worked in some locations on Longboat Key many years ago. But for some reason, the person that wanted to say the Hitler's threat said, "This is on Longboat Key." So I don't remember exactly. I couldn't know who, but in the brief that I've attached to this, I recall that there had been those similar kind of concerns that I hadn't really expected when I temporarily lived in the new house that the former stepfather Bill Love was building on Norton Street in the northern area of Longboat Key. Uh, I had been to the VA center, and my mother and my former stepfather back then, I hadn't really suspected of anything, and they said that I could temporarily live in the particular house if I helped put the finishing touches on it. Some of the painting, drywall, and outside siding, stuff like that. So anyway, I mentioned some of the details in the brief that I'm attaching to this, that there had been the concern against Hitler threats, and I was remembering earlier that while I was there was a sudden tropical storm back on October 11th and October 12th when I was temporarily living in the house. At the time, my memory is that I didn't read any news about it, but the stepfather and others started referring to it as the no-name storm. But in my research today, I discovered it actually had a name. It was Tropical Storm Marco. So anyway, I recall some concern about that during that storm, because when I looked out on during one time one during the storm, I forget when it was. It wasn't at night. It was in the late afternoon. That there were street lights along the Norton Street that instead of just being affected by the wind, it looked like they were kind of writhing of an energy, some kind of the power was off at the time, but the power pole, the horizontals that the lights are mounted on were were in a way writhing, kind of snaky. So I was concerned about that back then. But the gist of this, of course, was the concern against somebody announcing a Hitler kind of threat, allegedly being on Longboat Key. I hope everyone's safe, and again, have a good evening.